Welcome to Mosaica Solutions Fast 5 video on mind mapping. We're pleased to offer this series of Fast 5 videos on a variety of topics from logic models to adult learning. This video on mind mapping is a guide for you as you dive into outcomes, measurements, objectives, work plans, grant writing, and more. What is a mind map? A mind map is a visual representation that conveys relationships of items to a central theme or topic. Mind maps are great for describing relationships and showing how elements connect to each other. Think of a mind map as a visual outline that shows structure and order. A mind map allows you to look at ideas, their connections, and their relationships with each other. Mind maps are grounded in the concept of radiant thinking. We start with an initial subject, then look at how ideas stem from one another. It's a visual representation and a nonlinear way of thinking that allows us to look at multiple different relationships. Radiant thinking allows us to look outside the box and see things different. Relationships may be hidden in a long outline or document so that we don't see them. We see relationships in a mind map and say, this idea over here may be related to another sub-idea elsewhere on my mind map. We recognize that two sub-ideas may be equivalent rather than divergent. Radiant thinking is dynamic. Tony Busan and others have written about mind mapping in greater detail for those of you that are looking for more information. Mind maps can be created on a wall or with colored markers in one session with one person or with your entire team or full department. Today, most people use the power of the internet, a computer, a tablet, or even your phone as you create a mind map. And this allows you to take advantage of the dynamic thinking as it changes. These examples in this video were developed with MindNode, a multi-platform app that lives on your computer, iPhone, Android, or wherever. Other tools include Mirror, MindMeister, iThoughts, and Lucid Draw. Many are available free of charge for casual use. Mind mapping tools have grown extensively in this virtual meeting environment as a way to brainstorm. As you start a mind map, consider using one of the many free versions available over the web, but don't forget about good old paper and pen. So why do a mind map? It allows us to look visually at ideas and relationships and their connections to each other. A mind map and an outline really share the same function. Compare the mind map on the right, and the outline on the left. They provide the same information. An outline is textual, while a mind map is visual. You can quickly see and change relationships when you work in a mind map. Mind maps are like families. The initial node is the parent node. Those stemming off from the parent are the children, who are related to each other as siblings. You can easily change the relationship between nodes as you develop your mind map. Let's create a mind map for a new grant we are undertaking. We might just start by describing our purpose of the grant, or the why. Our next mind node might show who will be involved, the staffing to implement the grant. The third node might describe how we will measure our success. The fourth node might include geographic targets for the grant. And as we begin, the fifth node may include our random ideas. We can then show relationships that exist between our different child nodes. As we meet with others, our mind map will change. There are no rules in mind mapping. You may not need to complete all of the nodes for your project. Other nodes may carry extensive information. Use colors and emojis to highlight nodes that are of special interest. You might share your mind map with a colleague, as this visual representation may be more meaningful and easier to digest than a detailed written document. Mind maps don't follow a rigid set of rules. There isn't a best way. Your mind map should represent your approach. The value comes from the radiant thinking process. Developing your mind map allows you to explore more creative ideas as you consider the possibilities. You are free to make connections wherever they make sense. As you practice radiant thinking and mind mapping, be unique, be creative, Keep it logical and use it as a tool to communicate with others. Thanks for watching this Fast 5 video on mind mapping. For additional videos, visit mosaicasolutions.com/fast5.